Well, hi there everyone. Welcome to my channel. I've got two yummy recipes for you today. The first one I'm calling Tuscan Chicken, and it's got the diced chicken and the spinach in it that are on sale this month at Thrive Life. The second one is for zucchini fritters, and both of these are super yummy. I think they're great together, but you could also enjoy them independently of one another. You are going to need some sun-dried tomatoes for this Tuscan chicken recipe. They either come in a bag like that, or they also come in jars or cans as well. They're all shelf stable, so it's up to you. Both of these recipes are low carb. So for my low carbers out there, I see you, and I'm with you right now. I'm trying to watch mine as well. So let me show you how I put these together. For the Tuscan chicken, I'm going to start with a 24-ounce jar. That's a pint and a half, and it's going to give me about 3 servings. So first, what I'll do is I'll put that diced chicken down in the bottom of the jar, and I've got a cup and a half of that diced chicken. You could also use the grilled chicken dices or chicken slices. We have different types of chicken. It's up to you, but this is the kind that's on sale this month. And to that, I'm just going to add half a cup of heavy cream powder. I use the Anthony's brand. I like that brand. I get it from Amazon. And I give it a little shake to fill in the spaces and the gaps so it doesn't really take any extra room in my jar. Next, I'm adding just a quarter of a cup of our spinach. And you might think, Kareth, that's not near enough. But actually, it's plenty. It's perfect in this recipe. It's very concentrated. That's probably the equivalent of a couple of cups of fresh spinach. And next is some green onions, and I also use those Lighthouse brand chives. You could use chopped onions if you don't have those. And then I've just got some seasonings in here, some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and just a pinch of red pepper flakes. They aren't going to make it spicy really, they're just going to give you a depth of flavor. I'm also including a cup of mushrooms as well as a quarter of a cup of our Parmesan cheese. That's all that goes into this first jar for Tuscan chicken. And this is the jar that you could store on your pantry shelf. And the idea is, if you try this, you like it, you could make up several jars at one time. It doesn't really take any extra time to make more than one jar. And then you'll have these on your shelf. They're very simple to prepare because they are just add water recipes. So this is very convenient for a weeknight supper. Okay, next we've got our zucchini fritters, and for low carbers, zucchini is a great choice for a vegetable. I'm also including some mozzarella cheese, and you are going to need a filler in here. So if you're really watching your carbs, I would probably not choose the mashed potato flakes that I'm going to show you here. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm starting with a cup and a half of our zucchini. If you haven't tried our zucchini and you like zucchini, this is a great vegetable. Now, when you freeze dry it, it gets really light and airy and kind of wispy, so it's a different texture, but the flavor is fantastic. The scrambled egg mix goes in there as our binder, and then you need some sort of a filler. So you can either use almond flour, pork panko if you're low carb, those are good options, or just mashed potato flakes like I'm showing you here. You just need some sort of a filler. I think breadcrumbs would probably work as well. And then you'll add some onions or some chives, whichever you prefer, maybe green onions. Some yummy mozzarella. Now you do need to blend that. If you don't blend it, then it doesn't have time to refresh and it would be crunchy in your fritter. So make sure you blend it first, and just some simple seasonings, and that's all. Now seasonings are very personal, okay? If you are salt sensitive or you just don't like that much pepper, then reduce those amounts. I think taste is a very personal thing, and you can customize this however you like it. That's just what I like. And that's all you need for the zucchini fritter jar, and you can keep that on your shelf next to the Tuscan chicken if you like. Oh, and before I go any further, please, if you enjoy my videos, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. That really helps my channel. All right, when you're ready to prepare this, you'll need a couple of different things. If you're going to make the Tuscan chicken and the zucchini fritters, I would start with the zucchini fritter batter. Just pour that jar into a medium-sized bowl, and then just shy of half a cup of water is what you need to add to it. It's not much water at all, and it might seem like, that's not enough water, but actually it should be. Just keep stirring, just keep stirring. It should be fine. The problem is you don't want to put too much water in it because then your fritters won't hold together. You need them to hold together when they fry up. Stir it, set it to the side, and while that hydrates, you can make your Tuscan chicken. You'll empty the contents of your jar into a large skillet, and then to that you're going to add 2 cups of water. Now, if we get to the end and you think, oh, that's not enough sauce for me, then add 2.5 cups of water here at the beginning. Or you could add more water later on. But definitely give it a really good stir. This recipe is very similar to my chicken Florentine recipe that I already have up on my channel. That one has a little bit more complicated sauce. It also includes some lemon in it, and it's got a topping that you cook separately. This recipe is just really simple. It's a dump and go, just add water, you stir it, get some heat going. You'll want to bring this to a boil, but leave it probably at about medium because you don't want the water to evaporate before the chicken rehydrates. So nothing more than a medium probably. And after you bring it to a boil, you'll just reduce your temperature and let it simmer for about 10 minutes or so. While that simmers, you can start on your zucchini fritters. So that's a cold pan and just about 3 or so tablespoons of avocado oil, and then put that on just under medium heat. Kind of a medium-low heat is probably where you want it to be. And by now, your zucchini fritter batter should be ready to form into patties. So you just need to make 3 patties here. So just divide that batter, I guess you would call it, into 3 portions. Pat them into patties. And this is what your batter should look like. It should be about that consistency. If it's too liquidy, if there's just too much liquid in there, then your patties will not form. They won't hold together, and the batter will stick to your hands, and it just won't work. So don't fret if that happens. If it's too loose and too liquidy, just add some more of your filler. So whatever you used for your filler, like almond flour or pork panko, in this case this is mashed potato flakes, you would just add another spoonful of that, mix it, and then try again. You want your patties to just have some shape to them, and that way they won't fall apart when you fry them. So that is what you're looking for, just like that. All right, now let's check on our Tuscan chicken. So at this point, it's been simmering for about 10 minutes or so, and it's really coming together nicely. And I think the water has probably reduced by about half. So now is a great time to add the sun-dried tomatoes. So all I did here was I took just a few of those sun-dried tomatoes from that bag and I chopped them up. Now, for my low carbers out there, sun-dried tomatoes can be a bit carby, okay? So you might just keep that in mind and maybe not do too many of these, but I do suggest you use them just because it's a signature flavor for Tuscan chicken, Tuscan shrimp, Tuscan salmon, whatever you're making. That beautiful sweet bite from the sun-dried tomatoes is fantastic. All right, when your pan is hot and your oil is hot, you can go ahead and fry your fritters. So we're just gonna do a quick pan fry. You need to see a sizzle. See that sizzle? That's what you're looking for. You know your pan is hot enough if there's some sort of sizzle. If you don't see that, then your pan's not hot enough. And then they need to cook for probably, I'm saying 3 to 4, maybe 5 minutes aside, depending on how hot your pan is. Give them a flip, Same thing on the other side. And then you can just take them off the heat and drain them on a paper towel lined plate. And that's all there is to it. These zucchini fritters are so yummy. And my favorite way to serve them is with sour cream. That's how I like these. Oh, y'all, they're so good. The zucchini flavor is so yummy. Now, if you wanted to, you could coat the outside of your patty before you fry it in some panko or pork panko if you want a little bit more of a crunch. That would be good as well. So now you can see what the Tuscan chicken looks like when it's finished. And those sun-dried tomatoes have absorbed that sauce. They plumped up. Now's a good time to give it a taste and adjust your seasonings if you need to. I didn't add a thing. I thought it was perfect. Now, a lot of people will serve this on top of something, like on top of pasta or rice. You, of course, could do that. I like it like it is. I like to eat it with the zucchini fritters, but it's good just on its own and by itself as well. I just think it's beautiful. I love the pop of red from those sun-dried tomatoes, and then the green, of course, that deep green that comes from the spinach. And y'all, it is so, so tasty. My husband loves this dish. It's one of his very favorites, and he's not a big fan of green vegetables, so I just think that that's a win to get him to eat spinach this way. It's a really, really tasty recipe. And yeah, you can see those mushrooms in there and the chicken. It's all just so yummy. And let me show you the interior of the zucchini fritters. So this is mostly just zucchini. And of course we've got the cheese in there. And they're soft in the middle and kind of crunchy on the outside. It's a very tasty little fritter. I'm a big fan of these. I really like them. Of course, if you wanted like 6 fritters, you could just double that recipe and put it in a quart-sized jar and make twice as much food, and that would be amazing as well. My favorite way to eat these is with some sour cream on there, and I love to eat these together. All right, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. I really do appreciate you. I will include my full recipe in the description box below, as well as my shopping link. So if you are seeing this video and you think, wow, I want to try this, then do click on my shopping link and it'll take you to my website. Thrive Life has monthly specials, and this month, September of 2024, like I mentioned, the chicken dices are on sale, the spinach, and there's lots of other things as well. I picked up a really big thing of ground beef this time. Also, I've got a cookbook out. If you have been following my YouTube channel and you've seen my recipes, you know that I have like a ton of recipes for meals in jars. Thanks to the encouragement of my subscribers, I went ahead and turned it into an ebook. So it's a cookbook that's an ebook. I have hyperlinks in there, and you can click on the various ingredients and it'll take you to my website to shop as well. I have so many recipes, y'all. It's a really, really great book. Okay. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, y'all take care and keep thriving.